At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar, Salon, and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community, where friends are found down every street. That's where you'll find us, taking time to get to know you, calling you by name, generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Are you?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here. Chieftain Soccer coming up on Tonganoxie Sports Live. As always, it is presented by Kansas Insurance. They believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how Kansas Insurance can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. Dylan Funk here alongside with you all. Beautiful Tuesday evening in Tonganoxie, Kansas at Tonganoxie High School as we cruise along into the S&S Body pregame show. We keep it part 2 of the 8 Mile Showdown, this time on the soccer pitch, Bobcats and Chieftains. And the Chieftains about to start in just a little over 3.5 minutes from now. We last saw this Chieftain squad when they were here at home a few weeks ago against the Ottawa Cyclones, and since that mark, picking up the win that night, thanks to the hat trick from Jamison Brightsman, they are now at 5-5-2 overall in 4A East. They are right into the mix of everything, and everything's still out in front of them. A pretty favorable back end of the schedule to where maybe they can even propel higher above that 500 mark with wins in 4 of their last 6 matches, including last time out this past Saturday here at home. They had a Saturday morning match where they hosted Augusta High School, a matchup don't see all too often, and the Chieftains got a big win in that one as the offense erupted. Meanwhile, the Bobcats tonight, they kind of had a season of ebbs and flows. They're into tonight 3-8-1 overall in Class 5A, one of the bottom 4 in the East standings right now, and they are coming in off arguably their best stretch of soccer being played this year of wins in 2 of their last 4. And including a win last time out against Leavenworth High School. So they come into tonight here against the Chieftains, looking to pick up a victory, try to keep them, boost their standings up as high as possible in 5A East, a competitive 5A East when it comes to soccer. And meanwhile for the Chieftains, just trying to keep playing good ball right now. The offense struggled in the first half of the season. It has come alive here in the second half. Big reason why they are sitting at 5-5-2, looking to pick up their 4th win in the last 7 matches against these Bobcats. These 2 teams dead even as you would imagine, 3-3 in the last 6 matchups, going all the way back to the 2016-17 season. Of course, you got to imagine once the old Call Valley League kind of dissolved, Tonganoxie going to the Frontier League, Basehor-Linwood in the United Kansas Conference. They didn't really play each other all too much. They did last year and the year before, Chieftains getting the win in both of those matches. So they'll actually be looking for their 3rd straight match win here tonight in as many years against these Bobcats. You've been watching the S&S Body pregame show here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. You see both teams lined up by our officials this evening. They're making their way out to midfield, and we will get a chance to meet our starting lineups tonight here before long. Those are going to be brought to you by Crookham Construction, performing a wide variety of concrete construction and special project services throughout the area. They're hardworking people with small-town family values. Find more information at crookhamconstruction.com.
At this time, let's take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. Starting with visiting Basehor Bobcats. Number 0, Trey Sanchez. Number 2, Aiden Hernandez. Number 3, Braden Payne. Number 4, Cameron Dawn. Number 6, Frankie Wonka. Number 8, James Bierkamp. Number 13, Jackson Vaughn. Number 14, Charlie Hanna. Number 17, Jacob Christensen. Number 18, Kyler Jordan. Number 21, Cameron Allen. The coaches for the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats are Justin Gripka, Mike McBride, and Eddie Rodriguez. And now, the starting lineup for your Tonganoxie Chieftains. Number 2, Cody Love. Number 6, Carter Watson. Number 12, Quentin Barr. Number 14, Jamison Brightsman. Number 15, Isaiah Manis. Number 23, Lachlan McCrae. Number 27, Thaddeus Heilman. Number 33, Pavel Leva. Number 34, Silas Lungu. Number 45, Garrison Sontag. And in goal, number 99, Ivan Franco. The The head coach for the Chieftains is John Orndorff, with assistant coaches Parker Ox.
There you go, your starting 11 for both the Chieftains and the Bobcats. We got the start of the first half. When we return here, Chieftains Soccer, it's next on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information and become a member today by visiting their website, tonganoxiebusinessassociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
Family-owned and operated Wizard of Paws is a fifth-generation business located in the heart of downtown Tonganoxie. The professionally trained staff takes pride in making every dog and cat look its best, whether it be to breed-specific trim or an adorable cute pet trim. Plus, their facility offers amenities in space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make your appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at officially ready to get this one started tonight. The start of the first half presented by Wizard of Paws, Tonganoxie's family-owned pet grooming salon with a combined 48 years of experience. Schedule your pet's appointment today at Wizard of Paws, Tongi.com. You can hear very high energy on both teams. This should be a matchup. Putting the records aside, it's going to be a pretty even matchup. A lot of athletic ability on both teams. And, of course, you always got to take into consideration it's Tonganoxie. It's Basehor-Linwood, so you know there's going to be that extra motivation there for both squads to come out and try to handle their business and pick up a W. You just never know when's the next time these two teams will ever cross paths with one another, being two leagues apart, two classifications, 4A to 5A apart. So every time you see the Chieftains and the Bobcats out on the field, on the court, wherever it may be, just sit back and enjoy it because it's going to be a great one. Everybody knows that. Soccer team tonight actually will be looking to pick up the football team who had a rough outing this past Friday, 38-10, losing it here at home to the Basehor-Linwood Bobcat football team. They are now up to 6-0, one of the perennial powerhouses this season in Class 5A. Chieftain football squad, they'll be right back here at Beatty Field this coming Friday. It'll be senior night for them. They'll host another great team in the Frontier League, the Eudora Cardinals. That'll be a great matchup right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live as well. But all of our attention out to the pitch here for this one as Basehor-Linwood will open up with first possession. Cameron Allen, number 21, the freshman out there for Basehor-Linwood. He will set it back to his offense as they will try to get things going. You already know this Chieftain soccer squad, so many seniors. You see all the senior banners out there on the fence line. This is one of their most veteran squads they've had here in a couple of years, and they are really starting to heat up as we've turned the calendar from September into October. Now looking to pick up the win here tonight and move to 6-5-2 overall, getting that signature mark win against their rivals from 8 miles up the road in Basehor-Linwood, as we are well underway in this one, as that one's going to go out of play onto the track, and someone will have to go track that one down, bring it back into the field of play. We play 40 minutes each half. If we arrive to the end of the second, no score, we will play another 10-minute overtime period. Still no score, another 10-minute overtime period. After that, we go home. No score, then it ends in a tie. The odds of that happening in this one, I would say fairly minimal, but you know, you never know. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to be thrown in here on the far side, having a hard time, or is Basehor-Linwood trying to get anything happening over on that far side. Good defense from the Chieftains as they're going to take side control, still deep in Bobcat territory. Lachlan McGray, one of the more fine defenders on that back line in the Frontier League and for this Chieftains squad. And now it's worked up and ahead. Now up the field we go. Thaddeus Heilman, the one that was close to it as it gets knocked loose. Still in control for the Chieftains. Connor Watson will lob it in here. It's great to see him back out there. We were here last time here against Ottawa, and I believe towards the end of that match he had tweaked his ankle. And again, that match was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think 3 weeks ago, actually. It's coming up to this Thursday, and seemed to have that ankle injury. They were kind of taking precautions with him using crutches after that match, but good to see him back out there and healthy for the Chieftains. Out of Bobcats trying to get it out of the attacking zone of Tonganoxie, and they will do so for the time being. Chieftains rocking the home uniforms, the gold tops and red shorts, red socks. Basehor-Linwood, white tops, green bottoms with gold trim, I should say, and then white socks for them. Always time back for head coach John Orndorff and this Tonganoxie team. They are one of the few here athletic programs that are not going to let go of the old classic gold trim of the old Tonganoxie T logo. It's been a staple here for definitely the past couple of decades. It's kind of been more subbed out with in favor of black or gray, but Chieftain soccer team, they rock the gold jerseys. Always love to see them out there. We've seen the baseball team do that too. The softball team also kind of incorporating some gold pinstripes into their uniforms in the past few years as well. So glad to see it still hanging around and possibly even making a comeback. We'll just have to wait and see. Just a few minutes into this one. McGray will clear it out high in the sky. He'll take a bounce right near the 30. Off the noggin, straight back in the air from Charlie Hanna. Senior man for Basehor-Linwood. Bracketed 3-on-1 advantage there, able to knock it loose. Trying to work it up. Chieftain defenders are there. Quentin Barnes gets the first touch on this one. He'll put it backwards. And for the time being, Chieftains trying to work it back to their side of the attacking portion of this field. Wormburner goes to the other side, but quickly cleared back. He'll go off the chest of the nearest defender. That was Barnes again for Tonganoxie, and now McRae will track this one down. Right behind him is Allen for the Bobcats, and McRae able to work around him. Fancy footwork there from Lachlan. The ball finds his way again. Not too hard to lose track of Lachlan, those light blue cleats, and now he's working his way up the field, and the pass up ahead is going to be cleared out. That's Aiden Hernandez, a junior for Basehor-Linwood, but Chieftains still in control and right on the attack, wasting very little time. Jamison Brightsman, our Canterbury player of the game, last soccer game here on TSL, as he puts someone right into the chest of the goalkeeper. Jamison in that game against Ottawa, like we mentioned, the hat trick he had in that one. Cody Lobb also able to tag on a penalty kick, so it was a 4-0 win for Tonganoxie. It was a big win that projected them into this really big hot stretch of winners of 4 of their last 6 games. And you also got to consider, too, when you're looking at those matches, there's a loss in there against Bishop Miege, and then another one, it was a 1-0 loss, close fought against Bonner Springs, who's always had a great soccer team, always had a great soccer program. But you got wins within league and Lewisburg. We mentioned this past Saturday against Augusta. That was a big win for the Chieftains, and now looking to come out here, continue it. Trying to pick up a win against Basehor-Linwood. Soccer playoffs here, they will everyone's kind of starting to look ahead towards postseason play, the standings and everything, and the Tongi Chieftains being one of those teams that's right there in the middle, so they could be vibing for a home playoff match. They could be on the road. We just got to wait and see. There's still about a handful of games for everybody, at least 4, I would say, before we wrap it up and move on to postseason games, but they will be here before we know it. Probably know more on that here within the next coming weeks or so. Working through a couple of defenders. The lead pass, it's going to go up ahead and it's going to go out of play, not able to catch up to it up on the far side of the field. Heads up defense here, though, making Basehor to work extra hard to get it out of there. Just pesky defense. That was centering pass that's going to be cleared out. Austin Bowen not going to let that one get going. Brightsman and company still working here, looking for another shot on goal potentially as Brightsman outmanned and outnumbered 2-on-1 as he gets that one taken away from him. They'll say last off of Brightsman. They hand it up to their goalkeeper now, just put onto turf, and Steinwatts might be taking a charge into this one, but instead it'll be the next man out of the end zone, puts a swing into it just past the 40. Now Basehor-Linwood aggressive and getting it up the field, but that one's going to go wide and out of play. Got to step behind a defender, trying to work it up to Cameron Don, as he was able to get up and around Quentin Barnes, but too far out of bounds. That leading pass leads astray. Just about 7 minutes into this one. Still looking for our first score. Goose eggs up on the board. Still in control for Basehor-Linwood here. Of course, for Tongi, one to look to come out. They've kind of had their fair share of ties already this season. They had 2 in back-to-back games early in September, the 9th against Spring Hill in a home match, and that following Thursday on September 11th on the road at Eudora. They finished in no-score ties in both of those matches. They lost 4-0 to Baldwin. Before they came home, that was September 25th, that home match against Ottawa that I've been alluding to, that was aired here on Tonganoxie Sports Live, 4-0 win. And from there, this hot streak really got started. They went on the road that following Tuesday, September 30th, a 1-0 win against Topeka Hayden, a big win against the Wildcats. And then they had the 1-0 loss on the road at Bonner Springs, and then at Bishop Miege, they dropped it 8-2. They've picked up back-to-back wins, 1-0 against Lewisburg, and then this past Saturday, 6-1 against Augusta. Somebody forgot to turn the ringer up in this press box. I won't point fingers. It might have been me. Apologies about that. Closing in on a quarter of a way there in this first half. Chieftains looking to get something going. The feeding pass up ahead. That was from Heilman, and getting tripped up, looking around potentially for a possible infraction. It's not going to happen, and they'll slow things down here unless some substitutions come in for both teams. 2 coming in for the Chieftains. Yeah, Mason Benedict, number 13, and number 16, Jackson Weedle. That will come in for Tonganoxie, as it looks like Cody Lobb is going to get a breather, as well as right here in front of us, Pavel Leva, number 33, will get checked out. Here's a ensuing throw-in near the corner. Lachlan McRae towards the middle, headed out. Barnes trying to keep it in control, now back on the outside to McRae. He'll pull the trigger, and almost went in off the crossbar. Header is good!
No goal. The call is offside.
No goal, it's offsides. Oh my goodness. Oh no, we were that close. That close from a 1-0 lead in this match for Tonganoxie, but an offsides there at the end wipes it away. Oh my goodness. Bobcats catching a break here. Here come the Chieftain defense, taking that one away, looking to go back on the charge. That was amazing. I had not seen a play that close, and quite some time. It was initially the outside perimeter shot from Lachlan, had a really good leg on it, and deflected by the goalkeeper, went off the top of the crossbar, kind of ricocheted out, and then a Chieftain came in with the head, headed it into the goal. Everybody here on the home side celebrating, thought it was 1-0 lead, and when it was all said and done, in the midst of all the celebration and the chaos, officials saying, hold your horses, we got an offsides here. It stays 0-0. From far to near side, trying to find his man. Chieftain gets taken down to a knee, still fighting hard as Howman. And now he hits the deck, and a whistle will come in, as it was him and Cameron Don that were fighting hard for possession of that ball. And it's Howman that eventually would fall down to the turf, and the whistles would blow, giving Tonganoxie control, as McRae will boot it in here. So he'll look for a centering and maybe for a header into goal. We'll see. Here it comes. Little line drive. Gets some air there towards the end. The header is up, and again, it's off the crossbar. Another one that was just missed there for the Chieftains, as we quickly take a look at the instant replay. Another one just off the top of the crossbar. You got to figure luck's going to be on the side of the Chieftains the more and more they continue to put those up, take those shots, and put that goalkeeper and that Bobcat defense in the box into those scenarios. Eventually, one of those is going to find its way into the back of the net with everybody on sides, with no penalties or infractions. We'll just wait and see. That's two good looks the Chieftains have had here within the first half of the first half. Closing in on 13 minutes into this book, a little over halfway through here. Dylan Funk here with you. First of two broadcasts this week here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Of course, we'll have football for you. It'll be senior night coming up this Friday. A big one in the Frontier League. The Chieftains currently in a tie for second place. They face the number one seed, the top team in the Frontier League, the Eudora Cardinals. It is senior night, as a laser beam will be fired in here. No one around, and Baser will clear out. We will have all the senior night festivities, the recognitions and everything aired pregame during the SNS Body pregame show. So a special early start time of about 6:15 this Friday over here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. The last regular season home game. Chieftains will close out next week on the road at Ottawa, and then the Week 9 playoff game, if the playoffs were to start today or start this Friday, Chieftains would be at home. They would be the current 4th seed, or the 5th seed, and would actually host the Lansing Lions if that were to happen. So still tracking good for a Week 9 playoff match on Halloween night as well. We'll just see what happens in the final couple of weeks of action. Here's a pass up ahead, and Franco's going to do a good job of just taking this one in. The first legitimate shot on goal of the night for Basehor-Linwood. Cameron Don had a good look at it, but coming out of the box, Ivan Franco, the freshman, doing it nicely out there, rocking the pink on pink look with the Red Sox. Obviously, October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so you see more athletes wearing pink out there, but I think he wears it just at any time, really. It looks good on him, and a really spectacular goalkeeper for this Chieftain squad this year. Getting spun around. Here's a takeaway for Basehor-Linwood, leveled up ahead from Jackson Vaughn. It'll be cleared out and out of play. Throw in here from Kyler Jordan. Another one put down on the ground. Vaughn is there for the Bobcats, stretching it out to the far side, trying to get through this Chieftain defense. See if Basehor-Linwood could try to put something together, give them a chance to score the first goal of this game. Chieftains have had really two good looks at it. Two shots have gone off the top of the crossbar. The one kind of shot on goal for Basehor-Linwood, went right to the chest on the slow roller to Franco on the shot from Don. Bobcats trying to clear it out of here. High soaring. Got time to call a fair catch at the bench, and coach does. Nicely done there, coach, but it's still at this end with Tonganoxie. Nice fake from Brightsman. Now he centers it up, and Clear now was trying to feed it in there towards the middle. Was Brightsman, I believe he was trying to find his man. Is that Quentin Barton? No, it's Mason Benedict, number 13. Benedict, one of the first substitutions into this game for Coach John Orndorff, and Brightsman was trying to find him there, but good defense from Basehor-Linwood to clear it out. Would have been a decent look if he would have gotten to Benedict, and Benedict wanted to pull the trigger and take the shot on goal. So here comes Lob, here comes Leyva back into the game. Those were the two subbed out by Benedict and company earlier, and it looks like it will be, once again, Mason Benedict and Jackson Weedle that both will check out. Whistles are going to blow here, stopping things, and everyone's going to head back to the other end of the field. So going to be some infraction there against Basehor-Linwood. Here's the throw in, dribbling down the far side. Now here come the Chieftains. Still outnumbered 4-on-2 to gold to white jerseys, and this one's going to be behind and eventually get out of play in that Basehor-Linwood bench as Jackson Albert's not able to control that one. Whistles will blow again, and again it's going to be against Basehor-Linwood. As they say, there's some extra contact there that warranted that one being stopped. Still looking for our first score in this one, closing in on around the halfway mark of the first half. Chieftains will have it on the throw in on the far side. McRae, another one towards the middle and coming out of the goal and able to bring that one out. Goalkeeper Trey Sanchez able to control that one as he will put a boot into it. Dribbles just around midfield. Seeing which team is going to control it here. This Chieftain defense has been swarming all throughout tonight, not making anything easy for this Basehor-Linwood team. Chieftains definitely with the hotter hand, of more momentum coming into tonight. 5-5-2 overall, winners of 4 of their last 6 matches. Basehor-Linwood 3-8-1. Coming into tonight with wins in 2 of their last 4. Feeding it up ahead, tracking it down is Albert on the near side. 3-on-1 advantage for Basehor-Linwood as they get that one away from Jackson and clear it out. But not before it finds its way to Garrison Sontag. Now here's another shot that's going to go wide.
Substitution for the Bobcats, number 10, Logan Flowers.
And the Chiefs is continuing to move around, find themselves these opportunities, and that last shot on goal, definitely just a little bit too wide, but great effort nonetheless to pull the trigger and make things happen. You never know. Poked away. Brightsman might have gotten a piece of that as he was able to get it away from Moen. Now Brightsman hits the deck and whistles will blow. And again, actually, that was not Boston Moen. That was number 14, Charlie Hanna, as he and Jamison Brightsman have really been going at it as the official went over. Might have said a word or two to Hanna. So with the ball right here at the 30. Another chance for Lachlan to put it in on a line. Maybe find someone to head it into goal. Let's see. I want a little more flat off the head. Turning around, trying to almost do a 180 kick there as his back was initially to the goal. He dug his heel into the turf and kind of spun around on a platform, but deflected out off of Basehor-Linwood. Tonganoxie still in control. Here's another shot. It's going to go off the uprights of the football goalpost and be no good. Off the left upright, just a little doink. In the middle and cleared out. This is Carter Watson. If he was able to get it by that one Bobcat defender, he might have been able to have that slight window. He might have been able to get something off towards Sanchez and goal. Another one towards the center. Nobody home for Tonganoxie. We'll clear it out of this side. Everyone going back near midfield. Bobcats in control. More substitutions going to be made here. Head coach Justin Gripka. Assistant coaches Mike McBride and Eddie Rodriguez. Everybody already knows, mostly the most adorned head coach for Tonganoxie High School soccer. John Orndorff's been here for many, many years now. It's this well-established program at Tonganoxie High School. His assistants Parker Ast and Matt Parrish. Well, even matchup here, and the score reflects that. Nothing. Under halfway to go till halftime. McRae in that back line retreating, ready to defend as McRae will get this one. There was some contact there from Garrison Sontag as the man for Basehor-Linwood was kind of looking around. Thought maybe there should have been something thrown there, but now a chance here for Basehor-Linwood. It's another one on the ground and another one going to be taken in by Ivan Franco. Again, the Bobcats trying that little warm burner there from Don, and easy pickings there for Franco. These are those hustle kind of balls here. Who can track it down? And look at that, Connor Watson able to get away. And can he get around one more defender? He hits the deck. As Sanchez, taking the last one off of Sanchez. And I give all credit there to Connor Watson. He got on his horse, came down the field. He was outmanned 2-1. The Bobcat defenders still was able to get it through him and give Sanchez at least a formidable enough threat to come out of the box and get that one off of him. And now the Chieftains are going to have a corner kick here, as both teams will make substitutions trying to get players in for this ensuing corner kick, mostly coming in from Basehor-Linwood to defend. So here we go on the Chieftain corner kick. Another one that's low, and Trey Sanchez will come right out and take that one in off the corner kick. Not a lot of air underneath that one. One was a little bit low, and Sanchez just comes out. He'll take care of that himself. And that one will just be cleared out of bounds by Logan Flowers. Off the chest of Brightsman in the middle, puts it up, and it's going to go just a little wide.
Substitutions for the Bobcats. Number 2, Aiden Hernandez, and 18, Kyler Jordan.
In final 15 in the first half now. Franco's going to come out and we'll go ahead and take that one as the man for the Bobcats had a little bit of speed. He was working up the far side with Lachlan McRae. And Franco just comes out and will take care of that one himself. Nicely done there. Shows the confidence of Franco too as a freshman to come out in those scenarios, because you leave that box if you don't play that ball right, or if it somehow ricochets away and that defender's able, the attacker I should say in that case, is able to get a hold of it for Basehor-Linwood. No one at goal. It's easy. 1-0 advantage for Basehor-Linwood. And I know for Franco, it can be daunting at times as a freshman to learn when to come out in those specific scenarios and just take control of that ball. But he starts as a freshman, but really he's been looking like the third or fourth year starter out there. It's going to be very awesome to watch him blossom and bloom into this, probably what's going to end up being a 4-year starter here for John Orndorff. Here's a chance. Franco eats it up, and nice stop again for Ivan Franco. Gets a nice round of applause here from the home side of the stands here at Beatty Field in Tonganoxie. Another nice play for Franco. As the Chieftains continue to work it up the field, they come out to the near side. Circling back around. Heilman looking for somebody, runs into a Bobcat defender, knocking it away. Jacob Christensen, and cleared out. McRae quickly on the ricochet, went right back into the face of Don, and Lachlan will just put it down for Franco. If he wants to put a boot into this one, Don closing in, so Franco has to pull the trigger. There's Heilman again. Centered up by Jordan. Taking it away, that's Brightsman.
Substitution for the Chieftains, number 3, Jackson Albert.
Little stoppage here. Jackson Albert will check back in for Tonganoxie. And it looks like they're going to make Jackson Vaughn, who just got off the bench at that last whistle for Basehor-Linwood, wait till the next time for him to come in. Sub will also be made for Tonganoxie. It'll be Jackson Weedle. Chieftains strike, wipe the goose egg off the board. Take a goal lead into halftime or potentially more. You know they love to do it. We'll just have to wait and see. Another one to goal. Sanchez, that one had some steam taken off of it, and Sanchez will dive on it there at the last second with the Chieftain attacker not too far away. Trolling around it was Jackson Albert. I'd say about 12 to 15 minutes of really Tonganoxie just keeping it on their side, their side of the attacking portion of the field. And for Basehor-Linwood at that point, they might have had just a goal or two chance of making something happen, but outside of that, it was all Tonga. They had 2 shots on goal. They had one that found the back of the net off of a ricochet. A long shot from Lachlan McRae that went off the top of the crossbar. It got away from Sanchez. A Chieftain came in with the header, and everyone was celebrating. It was a goal, getting ready to strike up the band for the celebratory music here in the stadium, and they called it was offsides. So that took a goal off the board for Tonga. They had another decent look that went off the crossbar and out of play, and a handful of other shots on goal as well. And for Basehor-Linwood, they've been able to kind of figure out ways to get around this aggressive Chieftain defense and get some decent looks, shots on goal at Franco, and that Tonganoxie goal down on the other end of the field as we got about 10 and a half left to go here in the first half. Albert up ahead, perfect pass, Cody Lobb on the left side, and it's in for a goal. What an assist from Jackson Albert to set up Cody Lobb at 10 minutes, 15 seconds in the first half. Look at this pass, Jackson Albert. Oh my goodness, you cannot put it any better. Cody Lobb takes care of the rest. That is one of the most satisfying goals I have ever seen. And as far as the execution from pass to putting it up ahead to putting it to the back of the goal, nicely done there. Albert to Lobb, 1-0. Chieftains with the lead, just waiting for them to update the scoreboard. There we go. Coming at the 10-minute, 15-second mark of the first half. Man, if that does not get your juices flowing, then I'm not 100% sure what will. one up ahead that's going to go out of play. Jackson Albert, the closest to that one again. You can call it the 10-10 connection to the sophomore Jackson Albert to the sophomore Cody Lobb, grade 10 at the high school level. That's enough to give the Chieftains the early lead here. Now the pressure on Basehor-Linwood as they have themselves in the hole early. Chieftains continuing to play aggressive here. Here's Brightsman working his way around on the far side. Pass is going to come right back to him as he will throw it in. See what Jamison wants to do with this one. A quick bounce to Lobb, coming off his goal, puts it into the air. Albert trying to run underneath it. Sanchez coming out. It's headed around. This is kind of particular territory there. It's kind of really risky for Sanchez that came out. It was a great job for Lobb that got it up and over Sanchez. Then it comes a scramble for the rest of the defenders on that back line for Basehor-Linwood, and somebody wisely was able to get that one behind the goal and out of play, as that had disaster potentially written all over it. Not out of the woodwork yet. Another corner kick here for Tonganoxie. Could they quickly double up this goal lead? Let's see. Here's McGray on the ground. Brightsman! Oh, nice save from Sanchez. He tried to put it in the top right-hand corner of the goal, and Sanchez, a nice job of getting a paw on that one. You just see McGray kind of put it in there, went between the legs on purpose of Benedict, trying to throw the eyes off of that Bobcat defense and Sanchez, and a dart that was put on there for Brightsman, but great save in goal by Trey Sanchez. I'll tell you, though, the Chieftains, they are looking mighty fine tonight. For a team that maybe some or many kind of rode off in 4A early in the year on their slow start, those back-to-back ties they had in September, and the loss to Baldwin 4-0, thinking maybe, don't have to worry too much about the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Man, they have been playing red-hot soccer right now, and they have carried that forward here into tonight. And it's only fitting that it culminates in that goal that they had with the perfect passing and the way they've been able to maneuver around. That came to fruition, paying off dividends for Jackson Albert. He gets the assist to Cody Lobb. That goal coming at the 10-minute, 15-second mark here in the first half. That is the only difference in this match. Chieftains nearly had it 2-0 on that corner kick from McGray that went through the legs of Benedict. And then Jamison Brightsman on a rope had it to the top right-hand corner. But a good play on goal from the goalkeeper, Trey Sanchez. Now the Bobcats just trying to clear it out, get some breathing room, and they will. Again, a Bobcat split defenders and run that one down. He was escorted by McGray, and I believe that was Isaiah Manis running up stride for stride with him as well. As that one will go out of bounds. Still in control for Basehor-Linwood, but that gives time and for the Chieftain defense to come back and get lined up, ready to respond. Another one of those kind of 50-50 hustle balls, like I call them. We saw Connor Watson outrun two Bobcats for one of those earlier. That time, not able to work out. Here's Franco that will dive out for it. Almost got away, and that one goes. Did it cross the line? That's the question. Oh, and it did. So while it didn't cross into the back of the net, to see what happened here. Franco had it. He dove out, missed it. It went off the. It looked like it went off the post on the left side, and then it crossed the line. So let's have just one more look at it here. Looked like Franco was there. And the swing of the leg from Don. It gets away from Franco, catches that post on the left side, and the ricochet is in. And that is, talk about a kind of momentum buster, at least for the time being. That's exactly what the Bobcats needed there. Chieftains had a goal to the 10-minute, 15-second mark. Bobcats answer with a goal of their own just under the 5.5 mark. Did not have to wait very long for this one to be tied up once again. One apiece. And now on the near sideline. Bobcat hitting the deck. He's looking around, wants a foul. It's James Veerkamp that goes to the turf. And now Brightsman working his way around some defenders. He feeds it up away, calling for it. Moving around Watson. And I think we're going to get a penalty here against Tongi, or at least an infraction, that being no yellow cards have been drawn tonight. We did see one yellow card handed out a couple weeks ago in the home match against Ottawa, but I haven't had anything like that here tonight. Just a simple infraction there that'll stop things, and free kick away here from about the 40 for Basehor-Linwood. Over on that far side, it was closed in on the Chieftain defender, taking him down to the ground, and that goes well wide of the goal and out of play. Final 3 minutes of the first half coming down here. Trying to split defenders, taken away. Nicely done there from Cameron Allen, who that just took it away from Thaddeus Hellman. And Franco will charge out. He'll dive on top of that one. And that was the thing I was going to be most curious about as this match went along, with Franco after diving out for that last shot on goal, and it got away from him, and eventually a ricochet off the post later, and it ends up being the one tying goal here in this first half. But for Franco, is he going to still be aggressive and coming out and clearing those when he has the chance, or does he get a little mental, and that one that got away kind of getting his head a little bit, maybe gets him a little more hesitant? Doesn't appear to be the case, and I'm glad to see that's the case for the young freshman. You got to have a very short memory in all sports, and this one especially. A mistake like that, you just got to try to move forward. And in regulation, we are still at 42 minutes. 2 minutes here in the first half, and a fresh 40 in the second. Still to go. Anybody's matching this one. A goal for Don and the Bobcats, and a goal for Cody Lobb and the Chieftains. To the far side, that's where McCray works it. Trying to work around his defender, and teammate is out of bounds, still over on that far side. Another collision between a Chieftain and a Bobcat. No whistles blown here, under 90 seconds till half. There's a chance potentially for the Chieftains. That one a little too far out and ahead, able to get around a defender. Nicely done there. Working around is Howman as he hit the deck. Still a chance here for the Chieftains. That Bobcat defender kind of slowed down, was trying to box out Howman. I don't know what exactly he was thinking, as that was easy for Thaddeus just to move around him and kept that play alive. Meanwhile, for Basehor, it could have been cleared out. It eventually finds its way to the goalkeeper, Sanchez, who will trot out and put a boot into it. So when it's all said and done, really no harm, no foul. But that was risky there for Basehor-Linwood. So he thought maybe that ball was just going to go out of bounds. Instead, Thaddeus, good hustled around him, gave the Chieftains at least a chance. See if they can make something happen here. Over to the far side, and Lobb up the field. Watson trying to track it down in the corner, and momentum taking them out of bounds. It'll go out of play. Here's a corner kick. Got to work fast here, under 15. Sizing it up, under 10. Here's the corner kick. It's away, and it's a little bit high. Thaddeus Hellman towards the center, headed by Basehor-Linwood, and that is going to do it. An exciting first half here at Beatty Field, and I'll see it in a 1-1 advantage for nobody right now. It's a tie, one goal apiece. A goal from Jackson Albert to Cody Lobb for the Chieftains at 10 minutes, 15 seconds, and then just under 5.5 to go. It was Don that answered with a goal of his own off the ricochet, the one that got away from Ivan Franco, then off the post, and it went in, and that is how this game comes to a tie after the first 40 minutes. One apiece for the Chieftains and the Bobcats. We'll talk about the first half and more. You're watching Chieftains Soccer on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information and become a member today by visiting their website, tonganoxiebusinessassociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus or go to tongirec.org.
Family-owned and operated Wizard of Paws is a fifth-generation business located in the heart of downtown Tonganoxie. The professionally trained staff takes pride in making every dog and cat look its best, whether it be to breed-specific trim or an adorable cute pet trim. Plus, their facility offers amenities in space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make your appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawstongi.com.
Your one stop for beauty and relaxation. That's the Beauty Bar, Salon, and Spa in downtown Tonganoxie, offering services for men's and women's haircuts, facial waxing, tanning, makeup, bridal services, and more. Their team is dedicated to providing a memorable experience for each guest. From vibrant styles and colors to soothing massages, they have everything you need to look and feel amazing. To make an appointment, call 913-347-2957 or visit them at 414 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Albert, up ahead, perfect pass, Cody Lobb on the left side, and it's in for a goal. 1 and a 6. Albert, up ahead, perfect pass, Cody Lobb on the left side, and it's in for a goal. 1 and a 6. on that one. Still got 40 more minutes to play here. We are currently at halftime in the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. Their team is ready to help you buy or sell the next house and lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-417-1007 to speak with an agent today. Dylan Funk here with you, and pretty exciting action in that first half. It's close, and again, like I said, the score reflects that. 1 goal apiece between the Chieftains and the Bobcats. The sun has fully set here. We are fully playing under the, I guess you could call them, the Tuesday night lights here. Our second edition of the 8-mile showdown here in 2025. And the football team lost this past Friday 38-10. Right now the Chieftains soccer team looking to come away with a win. They still got 40 minutes to go here, and it's going to be a hard-fought 40 minutes, no doubt about it. If anything, if that first half was an indicator for anything, is that these teams are going to come out even more, I would say, energetic, and they're going to be hustling around, and they're going to be looking for a way to get that advantage goal ahead and try to either go home or take that 8-mile ride back home. Very, very happy campers. We'll just have to wait and see. And all the action really started early with the Chieftains getting some good looks there. They actually had a goal taken off the board via an offsides call. It was one where it was kind of kicked out and around. Lachlan McRae had either just threw it in or there was a corner kick. I think he threw it in, and it was cleared out of the middle. It was back to Lachlan, who was right around the they were attacking the goal on the left side of your screen, closest to 24-40, and he was around about the 20-yard line, and he put a boot into this ball, ladies and gentlemen, that it went off the glove of Sanchez. It went off the top of the crossbar, and then it was kind of a scramble there with Sanchez being out of the picture, the goalkeeper for Basehor-Linwood. Chieftain came in, headed the ball into the back of the net. We didn't quite get a number, but in the end it didn't matter because they were called offsides. And no goal. Celebration was cut short, and it remained that way for quite some time. Chieftains had a couple more shots on goal, as did Basehor-Linwood. No one able to find the back of the net until it was that feed, that highlight we showed you coming out of break. Jackson Albert, haven't seen that beautiful of a pass, I would argue, never in my time of watching soccer. He had a beauty of an assist as he found Cody Lobb, hit him in stride, and Cody, the sophomore, able to put it in on the left side of the goal, got it around Sanchez. That gave the Chieftains the advantage. That goal coming at about 10 minutes, 15 seconds ago in the first half. It was then a shot on goal on the other end a few minutes later at around 5:22 mark. It was Cameron Don for the Bobcats who got a shot off. Franco was there. It was not, it was just kind of more of the, it wasn't like a breakaway. You knew that a goal was coming. It was Don that just kicked it. It was on the ground, a worm burner, and Franco dove out for it, and you don't see one get away from him. I've never seen one until this one I'm talking about. It got away. It went off the post, the left post, and rolled its way in. By the time that Franco got to it, it already kind of crossed that line of the goal, and even though it didn't hit to the back of the net, it was already deep enough in where it was ruled a goal. So Cameron Don, the junior, credited with tying the game up for Basehor-Linwood at 5 minutes, 22 seconds. And we'll see what happens here. We still got 40 minutes to play here. We'll step aside, take a quick break here. You've been watching the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. Second half is coming up next on Tongi Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
At Kansas Insurance, we know once...
Albert.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Whistles have blown here, and here we go. 40 down, 40 to go here. Still a tie ball game, 1 goal apiece, and quickly here come the Bobcats down the field. Both teams Switching sides here, as we'll see Ivan Franco tending to this goal here, closest to 2440 highway as he takes control of that one. As for Sanchez, we'll go down closest to the goal there by the locker room field house down here, just down the road, technically just down the road. We're still on the campus of Tonganoxie High School here, Beatty Field. Beautiful Tuesday evening here. Temperatures right around the low 70s, maybe high 60s potentially. It's been a beautiful evening, no doubt. Temperatures have cooled off a little bit. They're going to get a little warmer again towards the weekend for whatever reason. We just cannot buy a Friday night football game where temperatures are 60 or below at a kickoff. We'll just have to keep waiting on for that. I think it's still going to be a beautiful day. I think for Friday it's supposed to be a high of 84 degrees when I last saw, so kickoff is probably going to be right around 75 or so. We'll wait and see. One thing for certain, though, we have been very fortunate, even going back to last year, we have been very fortunate with good weather for all of our sports here at Tongi High. Here's Watson down the field as Sanchez comes out of the box and takes it in. Not going to give Connor a chance to get around some defenders and try to put that one into the back of the net. Obviously, I say that weather part, with the exception of winter weather, with snow and ice and delays for basketball games or whatever. But for the outdoor sports, football, soccer, baseball, softball, we've been very, very fortunate with the weather and hoping that streak continues for the rest of 2025 and the 2026 school year. Nobody home there for Basehor-Linwood on the pass from Jacob Christensen. Another one shot to the air near midfield. Chieftains around it. Gray signaling to his teammate to feed it up downfield, trying to find a direction once more. They trying to go down the field to Watson, but that was knocked away from him. Putting the boot into that, went down to the turf at the same time. Garrison Sontag. So now they find Leyva. Their side, Leyva into the shin of the opposing Bobcat defender, Eden Hernandez. Christensen circling around again. Defense closing in for the Chieftains, trying to get a takeaway. They split it through past Lobb and company. Now working towards that far side, James Vierkamp. Up the field he goes for Basehor-Linwood inside the 20. Puts it in past the 15. Looking for some help. Gets by Hernandez. Little just kick here. Not pending Franco's full attention just quite yet as a legitimate shot on goal. Both teams kicking the ball back and forth here now. Deflected out of the zone here again by this Tonganoxie defense. Another one definitely going to be cleared out here. I always tip my cap every time I can to these soccer players because, you might have some that have the opinion that the sport might find it to be boring or stuff like that. But one thing you got to credit these guys of, they are in some of the best shape as far as conditioning and physically, because you're running up down that pitch. I want to know, honestly, if you put like a Fitbit on one of them, how many miles they run per each match. And then you got to do it for a total of 80 minutes of regulation time. Yeah, for halftime you get 10 minutes of rest, but still they're out there going up and down the field in long extended periods of time. As getting bowled over there as whistles will come in is Silas Legou. He hit the deck for Tonganoxie. He was trying to box out Cameron Don, the man with the lone goal for Basehor-Linwood this match. As McGray with the ball now, and they're going to spot it to where the infraction happened, and now he'll get a running start on the throw-in, using both hands over his head. Going here out of bounds, nearby photographer able to get a hold of it, and Lachlan will throw it down the field once again. Watson trying to get around some defenders, high into the night sky. Bounces down, boxing out some Bobcats. That is Howman trying to run after it. Chieftains trying to ramp up the pressure here against Basehor-Linwood, see what they can make happen. Looking to break our tie once again. Nice handles, little feed to the Leyva. Got a lob. has the one goal for Tonganoxie. Hesitation, able to get around Hernandez and tried to feed it back towards the inside. Connor Watson not quite ready for it as he stuttered stepped, went down to the turf, and that one got away. And now Basehor-Linwood back into the attacking zone. Well, not for long. Lachlan McGray taking charge, clearing that one out, even calling off his own teammate, Garrison Sontag. Now McGray just past midfield, gets tripped up by a Bobcat double team. Eventually knocking it out was Hannah. And Hannah is down at his knees, might have taken a shot to the chops inadvertently. As he's a little shaken up, Sanchez clears it out for Basehor-Linwood, and you see both teams have subs ready to come into the match. Feed up ahead, Franco coming out, and extra defense there towards the end. Lachlan McGray helping keep the heat off Franco as he takes that last ball in. Next stoppage, at least for subs, will be Mason Benedict and Jacob Revich, the transfer senior student here at Tonganoxie High from Prague.
For the Chieftains, number 13, Mason Benedict, and 48, Jakub Maranovic.
So Moravich in for the first time tonight. Benedict back in. He's been in a couple of times. Senior for Tonganoxie. Basehor-Linwood also making a couple of substitutions. Isaiah Lopez was one of them. Ball goes out of bounds. Hernandez has it now for Basehor-Linwood. Chieftains trying to clear it out here, and they do for the time being. Had a nice talk during pregame with the McWilliams family. Jackson McWilliams, obviously friend of the Tonganoxie football and soccer teams. As this shot, oh, it's just off the post. Missing a goal by just a matter of inches or feet. As we get a look at our replay here, that was a nice shot. Put a pin in my thought with the McWilliams family here in just a moment, but that one that just went off the left post, and lucky bounce there for the Chieftains keeps this game tied for the time being. Lam on the near side trying to feed it up, tracking it down, and Mason Benedict, hard run at it. And he just subbed into the game with Jacob Moravich. He transfer student, senior from Prague. Got to talk with Lucas McWilliams, the dad of Jackson McWilliams, and got to talk with him a little bit. He was telling me about Jacob and his time here, helping stay with the McWilliams families and a couple other foreign exchange students that they've had at their time. And again, just the McWilliams family, one of the best ones here in the community of Tonganoxie, and that's really saying something. There's so many great families. We've had the great fortune of getting to know a lot of you guys through this platform of Tonganoxie Sports Live. You guys get to come up to us, during games, after games, doesn't matter, and always find ways to exchange kind words to us and other family members that may be living in-state, out-of-state, out of the country. It does not matter. We love hearing you guys' stories, getting to know each and every one of you, so never be afraid if before a game got some time for up in the press box, feel free to poke your head in, say hello, introduce yourselves. We'd love to get to know you.
For the Chieftains, number 6, Carter Watson.
So we're closing in about the quarter way through here in the second as Connor Watson checks back into the match for Tonganoxie. And coming out is Silas Lugu. So Silas will catch a breather here for the time being. Took until close to 10 minutes to go in the first half until we got our first goal. We were only out of a tie for not even 5 minutes. I mean, about 4 minutes and 48 seconds or so before Basehor-Linwood tied the game up again. The lone goal from the junior Cameron Don, who will break the tie here in the second half. Nice feed, but too far ahead as it gets away.
Substitution for the Chieftains.
Waiting to throw it in, but another substitution will be made. Jackson Albert will check in. And Jacob Moravich will check out for the time being. Coach Orndorff continuing to coach him up here on the sideline. Still anybody's match here. Christensen trying to dribble around, getting around that pesky Chieftain defense. Been giving these Bobcats some fits all night long, and now on the takeaway with Christensen draped on his back like a cape and still able to work around. Great defense there for the Chieftains, and eventually on the takeaway. Now can they work it back into their attacking zone? They cannot. That defense there was from Jamison Brightsman. Nicely done as Christensen was trying to work his way around him on the far side near the corner, and Jameson just takes it away from him and shows off a little ball handling himself with Christensen all over him, trying to get it back. He eventually would hit the turf, and Brightsman would pass it up ahead near midfield. Now the Chieftains trying to get it back in their zone as Watson is going to feed it in here off the near sideline. Sontag finds Lob in the middle. Now he looks for some space. He feeds it to Leyva, but that gets away from him. Out of play right near the Tongi bench. Hernandez on the throw in. He'll trigger it for Basehor-Linwood, but not before we have a quick substitution. James Veerkamp back in for the Bobcats, and he will bring out number 17, Jacob Christensen. As Christensen looks a little winded as he reaches for a water bottle, he'll try to get a breather in before getting back into this match. Everybody's been given 110% so far this match. It's been very, very physical defense, and haven't had really a whole lot of breakaways either. There's been, if someone gets away, it's usually a player of the other team that's right there on their hip. Tight defense. A handful of shots on goals for both teams. Only one apiece have reached, have broken the plane, and have declared as a goal. As this one will just be booted. Watson will easily take. Now McGray sends it up into the high night sky. Well, Bobcats fighting for it here. Here's Don, who another one that's just on the ground and easy for Franco to scoop up. Leyva will get up ahead. Brightsman quickly to Lob. Now up ahead looking for Mason Benedict, but coming out of the box, Trey Sanchez will take it up. Goalkeeper for Basehor-Linwood. That was starting to look nice for Tonganoxie. That pass ahead to Benedict, maybe just a little too far. Excuse me, Jackson Albert. As he gets knocked out to the third there. That pass was a little too far ahead for Jackson Albert for him to track down. Gave Sanchez enough time to clear it in. Here's Lob that saves it in the corner, trying for the centering pass, but it's behind goal. Good hustle nonetheless as he comes back onto your screen. There he is.
Substitution for the Bobcats, number 13, Jackson Vaughn.
Jackson Vaughn back in for Basehor-Linwood. For folks up the road 8 miles watching our broadcast tonight, we appreciate you guys watching along here. Dylan Funk, the Bobcats and Chieftains on the soccer pitch, a 1-1 tie. Here as we are just under the 26-minute mark in the second half. That was a forearm into the back as Don, as he was trying to fight that one away from Isaiah Manis, but it goes out of play. Chieftain ball. Brightsman working around a double team. Jameson Brightsman, as great as footwork as anybody's I've ever seen. Continuing to keep it alive, finds Sontag. Off a Bobcat defender. Orndorff puts his hands in the air to say, what the heck? Wanted to see that work out a little more efficiently there for the Chieftains and Brightsman and company as Jameson hits the deck as he gets that last pass off. Bobcats with it. Trying to get it back in their attacking half of the zone, working it away, feeding it up ahead. It's from Gonzalo Rosas. But it goes out of play as he was trying to find his teammate up the field.
Substitution for the Chieftains, number 16, Jackson Whittle.
As more substitutions will be made again. Jackson Whittle in for Tonganoxie. And it looks like Jackson Albert will be the one to get a breather here. Scouse for it. Won by Basehor-Linwood. Chieftains now finding it to Lob. Back on their side of the 50. Lob able to get it around the defense of Hernandez. Now feeds it up the near sideline. Trying to track it down, but knocked out of bounds. Away from Jackson Weedle. Still Chieftain ball here, and a slight stoppage on the throw-in gives Chieftains a chance to get some cavalry down the field. Another Chieftain hitting the deck. Bobcats looking to clear out here. It's to Don. Had it poked away again at the near sideline as you could see the exhaustion of both these teams really kind of starting to set in, take its toll. It's not affecting the effort necessarily, but you can tell just by the body language and the faces of these players that it's starting to become a little bit draining as we're about halfway through the second half. Leyva, and centering is going to be right into the chest, held tightly by Trey Sanchez, helping lean on that post on the right side, the near side of that last shot attempt to help bring that last one in. Up ahead, no Bobcat near it. McRae will escort that into the hands of the goalkeeper, Franco. As Franco now will stop before he puts a boot into it. High in the air, will bounce right around the 48, and it does. Weedle putting a shoulder into it, now up the field. Chieftain defender's gonna try to run down, keep this on the attack. Hernandez trying to feed it, Leyva deflecting it. Now Hernandez double team here, taken away. There's Leyva and Weedle, both working there for the Chieftains. That last throw in was right at the Bobcat defender. I'm not sure if that was intended by Watson or not. Here's a shot, but that one's going to go plenty wide. Got to play not even really close for
Substitutions for the
Franco
Bobcats.
there as we
Number 10,
take
Logan
a look there. Had
17,
plenty of
Jason
space.
and 20, Preston Norman.
Would have been a really pretty nice 40-yard put in if he was able to line it up, but it was just off and to the right of the goal. Well wide. Here's a boot coming to the near side as Weedle has it knocked away. Charging in there late was Logan Flowers for Basehor-Linwood on the defense. And back to both teams getting back to pesky, hard-nosed defense as another shot here attempt for Basehor-Linwood's going to go off and went through the post, just the wrong ones.
Substitution for the Chieftains, number 34, Silas Longer.
That's one just a little bit high as Christensen tried to use the left boot, but he sent it through the American football goalpost, I should say. Another kick going to be taken here right in front of the Bobcat goal. Chieftain's been defending all this second half. Another one goes off the head of a Bobcat. Might have taken it off his ear. He was kind of rubbing it a little bit. Logan Flowers. So he gets checked on by Jameson Brightsman. No harm, no foul. Just two competitors going hard for the ball. McRae's going to close in late here on the defense for the Chieftains. Keeps it in play, flicks it ahead. Smart play by the veteran backline defender and Lachlan McRae. That one going off the shin of Christensen. Chieftains still in control. Leyva giving it right back. Weedle towards the middle. Now Brightsman trying to dribble his way through. Can't thread the needle. Knocked away there for Braden Payne. And he will just kick that one out of play. Throw in for the Chieftains right around the 35 over on the far side. Take it inside the 20. Boot back towards the middle. Watson there, but outmanned 3-on-1. And another one that's going to go out of play. Both teams making each other earn it. Would not expect anything less. freshman. A little tangled up with the feet there. That one gets by him and out of play. Bobcats in control. More subs being made. More rapid here in the second half. Charlie Hanna, team captain. Or Basehor-Linwood, he is back out on the field. Kyler Jordan was the man that Hannah came in for. Jordan seemed to kind of work on maybe a muscle tweak or something on that base or bench. Now he's getting into a bag of something. I had to keep an eye on that development. No one seems too concerned. So I think he's just trying to stay loose, stay warm, maybe looking for some tape. Meanwhile, under 19 to go in the second half, we are still tied at 1. No goals this second half, both coming in the first. Whistles will blow here, and that'll be against Tonganoxie. So now a chance here for Basehor-Linwood as they're going to be able to get a kick into this one right at the 20. So now the Chieftains will shift into some prevent defense. Bobcats looking to get on the attack, get out in front. Here it is to Franco, and he goes up and high points it. So they took the approach. I wasn't sure. Maybe they're going to try to go a little more flat line and maybe get a ricochet, but he goes high that time and tried to get the goal himself, but a nice save for Franco. Had that one goal that got away from him early. Has not rattled his confidence by any means, and that proves it right there.
Substitution for the Chieftains, number 12, Quentin Barnes.
Quentin Barnes back in for Tonganoxie. Getting into crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. And if we still remain tied at 1, or just tied in general after these last 40 minutes have ticked away, we will play a 10-minute overtime period. Both teams familiar with overtime games. 3 total ties between both teams. The Chieftains with 2, that record at 5-5-2, and Basehor-Linwood at 1. 3-8-1 overall. That one out of play. Chieftains with control. Little easy dish in here right at midfield to Garrison Sontag. Trying to find Weedle. Knocked away. Closeout defense there from Basehor-Linwood. Logan Flowers was in there again. He's been a very prominent figure for Bobcats here in the second half. There he is again. Dishes it right to McRae. Takes it off the chest. Looking for Leyva. Now to the far side. Chiefs is trying to work it into the attacking zone once again. Now we're seeing the Basehor-Linwood defense put some clamps down and not allowing them to do so. Man up ahead, trying to find his teammate, and it'll go out of play. No one able to make a play on it. To split defenders, not going to happen. Under 15 and a half. And both players getting feet tangled up. That was Silas Lungu for Tongi, and Basehor-Linwood, it was Eston Merriman. And no harm, no foul there. 3 substitutions waiting in the wings for Basehor-Linwood. 1 for Tonganoxie, as that one will go out. Cue the substitutions. As it'll be 4 actually for the Bobcats. The last one in was Hernandez off the bench, and for Tonganoxie, the lone sub is Jackson Albert, who will bring out of the game for the time being Isaiah Manis. Excuse me, it was Jackson Weedle. Towards the middle. Knocked off line. Still there, Albert trying to work around Hernandez. Centering pass deflected. Great defense. Frankie Wonka closing out there late for Basehor-Linwood. And the Chieftains have a corner kick coming up here as we approach 14 to go in the second half. Could this be the moment the Chieftains possibly break this tie up? Can be sent in by Connor Watson. He waits for the alignment for the Chieftains. Towards the middle. Nobody home. Coming back to the near side. Watson off the corner kick, trying to track it down. He just lets it go out. They said last off of Basehor-Linwood. Now to Watson into field of play. Another one out of bounds over the Tongi bench. Wonka trying to clear it out. Didn't get a good hold on that. Now Breitzman around a double team. Shot right at Sanchez. Good movement around there for the Chieftains on that last throw in. I think the shot was set up there for Jackson Albert, who found it right to the chest of Sanchez. Keep shooting them there, though. Now 13 to go in the second half. All right, that last shot from Albert, probably the best look the Chieftains have had on goal the entirety of the second half after having, well, more than a handful in the first half. Bobcats definitely maybe making some defensive tweaks at halftime or just overtime. They've made those adjustments, and they've paid off for the most part, as have the Chieftains. Their defense, they've continued to keep this game tied at one apiece. And one goal, even just getting away on a misplay from Franco. You don't see and say that very often about that young man. But right now, that is the main reason for the tie. Here's a centering pass there and clearing it out for Basehor-Linwood. Could have been another prime chance for Tonganoxie. Whistles blow. It looked like there was a Bobcat little injured, slow to get up on the far side. They tend to him, and
injury substitution.
It'll be an injury substitution off the bench. Gonzalo Rosas. And the injured man is Cameron Allen, number 21, who comes up a little bit slow, but he'll make it over to that Bobcat bench as they get him out of the game. Under 12 in regulation as Franco takes another one to his chest. Oh, man. Not too often. Obviously, every year for football, we get a Tonganoxie Basehor-Linwood matchup. We've done one baseball game back in, you got to go back, I believe that was 2022 that we did that baseball game. That was back where the Chieftains had that run to the state championship game, finished runners-up in the title game against the McPherson Bullpups. And outside of that, I don't think we've had Tonganoxie Basehor-Linwood featured in any other matchup. So very honored and happy to be here tonight along with everyone that's been watching, whether you're a Chieftain fan or a Bobcat fan. We're glad you guys tuned in this Tuesday night if you couldn't make it out here to Beatty Field in person. It's been a beautiful evening, and it's been a great match to watch. Another one taken in for Franco, about 11 left to go in regulation. Albert on the quick give, has it right back to him. Longu on the near sideline for Tongi. Just taking that one away is Veerkamp for Basehor-Linwood. Now Christensen trying to weave his way through the defense. Sontag, zip-lock tight defense there as he frazzles Christensen as he gets it away. This one booted up away. And Franco comes well out of the box there, and he'll take that one. Comes out to, as that ball just passed the 5-yard line. And Ivan Franco A nice boot right around the 45. It bounces. 2 Bobcats are there. Coming away is Vaughn. Another one up to the corner, and again, it is Franco that will take it in the end zone. This is right about that territory where we started seeing goals happen in the first half. Cody Lobb's goal coming at 10 minutes, 15 seconds, and Cameron Don's coming at 5 minutes, 22 seconds. Here's a pass, extra one made to Albert. Manis, that one closing in late. Now on the back line, McRae, the last line of defense for the Chieftains, trying to fight off Cameron Don, and he does. He gets it away from him. Now McRae hits the deck, and they'll get Don on the shove. I'll tell you, for Lachlan McRae, like a free safety in football, that was the last line of defense, and if Don's able to get around him, it could potentially have scored that goal and made it 2-1 Bobcats, but good job by Lachlan not letting it happen. Quentin Barnes able to take that one away. Loose ball for the moment. Bobcats take control, bring it back into their zone. Another Bobcat is slow to get up. Well, they stop play to help the injured man up. He is still down on his knees, not getting up. Now whistles will come in. The play clock is going to stop here as well. 8 minutes, 8 seconds. And it is, I believe, Jacob Christensen. The man that was slow to get up. He is up, and he's electing to stay in the game, and here we go. About 8 to go in regulation. As injury timeout, give everyone a chance to get a quick breather for about 10-15 seconds, but no more. No Bobcats near it. Franco usually will take it. Manis and McRae on that back line, as another boot's going to be put into here by Franco, and it'll go into the opposite 40. Wright's been fighting for it. Albert in the area as well for Tonganoxie. From behind, spooking Christensen, still in control. Tries to center it up near goal at the 40. Takes a couple of bounces, and Franco will control once again. Every minute that ticks off here is a minute closer we get to having to play some overtime. Taken away. Able to knock it loose from Garrison Sontag. Not for long. Chieftains back in control near midfield, lobbing it up as Albert is not going to be able to track this one down. Hernandez close to it. As Albert, I thought he kept that one in play potentially, but he goes out of bounds, and Bobcats will control it here. I was about to say, I bet it might have been another kind of mental error there. We saw the Bobcats do something similar to that in the first half, where they were just kind of letting the ball go, let it roll, and for the Chieftains, it was Thaddeus Hellman that went around the Bobcat defender and had the ball and had a chance to center it up for a shot on goal. That almost happened there again, but by then too far out of bounds for Jackson Albert. Under 6 in regulation. On the far side, fighting for it, hip to hip, jousting for the ball. Now a Bobcat hits the deck, whistles blow. Replay coming up here for the Bobcats. At this point, you start to wonder how many more kind of shots on goal are you really going to get here. You're down to maybe just a handful of really decent looks that you're going to be able to get, a chance to put your team in front. and possibly win the match. Centering pass is headed out. Nicely done there. Brightsman was the one there for the Chieftains. Now up ahead we go. Connor Watson leading the charge back the other way. He feeds it up the near sideline. Can't make the crossing move as Howman. It's knocked out of bounds. I didn't hear whistles that it went out of bounds. It was picked up by Braden Payne, and Coach Orndorff for the Chieftains is looking around and saying, if anything, I don't know the most about soccer, but I do know you cannot use your hands, and in that case, I think that could be a handball, but Coach Orndorff is yelling at the official, or at least trying to ask about something particular there. It's still Chieftains in control. McRae will throw it in. Orndorff not the most happy with that last bit of action. And meanwhile, at midfield, we have a Bobcat down on the turf again. Officials will come and help him up. Another injury timeout and sub will be made.
Substitution for the Bobcats, number 8, James Veerkamp.
As Veerkamp will come back into the match. Jacob Christensen was down on the turf again. First time they stopped play, he stayed in. This time they'll bring him out. Here's the throw in towards the middle from Lachlan, knocked out. Leyva trying to split a couple of defenders. On the far side, knocked out by Basehor-Linwood. Chieftains still keeping control, keeping possession. Throw in from the Trek. It's in the middle, off the head, a little bit wide. Keeping it in play. Howman trying to make something happen. Bobcats come away. Now they're looking to clear it out. As Sontag takes down a man. Physical play as Frankie Wonka goes down. And there's our first yellow card of the match. And it's going to go against Tonganoxie and charge to Garrison Sontag.
Yellow card substitution for the Chieftains is number 10, Ben Vaught.
So they will make a yellow card substitution. Benjamin Vaught will come in. 3 minutes, 43 seconds in regulation to go. Here's the boot off the yellow card. Ping-ponged around. Wrightsman trying to come away with it. Leyva with an extra boot there towards the end. Hernandez cuts it off for Basehor-Linwood. Trying to feed it to Don, who has the 1 goal for Basehor-Linwood. Cody Loud, the 1 goal for Tonganoxie. All coming with 10.5 or less in the first half. We've been held scoreless the entirety here in the second. Could be eyeing overtime if no one's able to break the plane in about 3 minutes and change. Tight defense from Connor Watson. The takeaway for the Chieftains in Hillman, who has it now. Taken away. Joust near midfield. Chieftains come away with it. Can't get it up the field quite yet. Howman still working. McRae ahead of steam. He'll take it up the near sideline. Lachlan McRae trying to get around a Bobcat defender, trying to peel it back towards the center. Lost control as he turned the corner on Braden Payne, and it's taken away, going to be cleared out for the time being. Might have been Steinwachs there again for the Bobcats to clear it out for the time being. Close it in on 2 minutes to go. Out of bounds. Little miscue there for Basehor-Linwood. Back control for Tonganoxie as Garrison Sontag will check back into the match. Has to be careful with that 1 yellow card he got just a few moments ago, as he will bring out Benjamin Vaught, who came in for Sontag on the previous yellow card substitution. Off the head of Hernandez, tight defense. Leyva near the midfield logo. Now Brightsman trying to feed it back to Leyva. It's Watson that closes in on it. Still in control, Watson. Puts a couple of defenders. What will Carter Watson try to do? Feeding it up away. It's cleared out by the Basehor-Linwood. Chieftain's going to try to hurry here. Catches Bobcat defense off guard under 90 seconds to go in regulation. Tied at 1. Lachlan on the throw in. Takes a couple of feet, charges at it, shot up near the goal. At least the throw in was near the goal. Here's in the middle. Little shot and on the ground and into the chest of Sanchez. That last attempt by Watson. Good effort nonetheless, though, from Cutter Watson. Trying his best to put his team in front, trying to avoid overtime. Chieftains have not had an overtime match since they finished with back-to-back ties in early September to Spring Hill and Eudora. September 9th and September 11th, so just a little over a month ago, as we just now cross 8 o'clock here on the eve of October 14th. Potential last gasp here for Basehor-Linwood, trying to make something happen. Aggressive defense from Lachlan McGray, goes out of bounds. Here's a late throw in. Lachlan clears it out with the head under 10. And that last shot's gonna go wide, and I think everyone will just take a collective deep breath, and we will go to extra time. So 80 minutes, not enough to decide a winner in this one. End of regulation, 1-1 tie. We will have a 5-minute intermission here, and we should come back out, and we will.
Golden goal, meaning whoever scores first wins.
Yeah, so we will have an overtime period. It should be set at 10 minutes, and it will be sudden death. Whoever scores first, that is the winner. See if somebody can do it. We'll get you set for overtime here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. You're continuing to watch Chieftains Soccer.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
For projects big or small, Southern Star asks you to always call 811 before you dig. It's free, easy, and keeps our community safe. After calling 811, a professional will use paint or flags to mark buried utility lines within a few days. And calling 811 is the law. Hitting underground lines can disrupt utility service and cause serious injury. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time.
Shop local and save.
I was just wondering.
Enter query.
Should I use a robot?
Vacuum?
No. Are
robots taking over the world? Yes.
Never mind.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Unlike a robo-advisor, we can put together a personalized plan.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort from Tonganoxie today.
Families and business owners have trusted Mutual Savings Association for over 100 years. They offer checking accounts, online banking, personal and business loans, investment planning, insurance and retirement plans, and so much more. Their team specializes in creating a financial plan that is tailor-made to your needs to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit one of their 6 nearby locations, including downtown Tonganoxie, or visit their website msa.bank.com to learn more. Member FDIC.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information, and become a member today by visiting their website, tonganoxiebusinessassociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but
Okay, so overtime period is cut short by about 90 seconds, so we are underway here. Overtime period, Chieftains and the Bobcats, both goals coming all the way back in the first half. It was a goal for Cody Lobb that put the Chieftains in front 1-0 at the 10-minute, 15-second mark. And then Cameron Don was able to answer at the 5-minute, 22-second mark on a ball that got away from the goalkeeper, Ivan Franco, for Tonganoxie, and found back of the net, or didn't quite get to the back of the net, but it went off the post and then far enough into the goal where they declared it a goal. It was a mistake for Tongi, quite frankly, and that is the reason we are here in overtime right now. Both defenses spectacular in that second half, and no one's able to break through. So we go to this overtime period. 10 minutes on the board. It's a golden goal rule, so first one to score wins. Sudden death, essentially. If it's still tied, we'll have another 5-minute intermission. We'll play another 10-minute overtime period, double overtime essentially. And if still no goal there, then this one ends in a 1-1 tie, which I think if you ask both of these teams and the fans and everybody, nobody wants this game to end in a tie and wants to come to a clear winner. I mean, trying to look back on when the last time the Chieftains and Bobcats tied on the soccer pitch, you're going back well over the past decade or so. It hasn't happened often, if it's even happened at all. I haven't been able to find it in the record books yet. As the Bobcats are going to have a chance here for a kick just at the 20. It's a laser on goal, and Ivan Franco's able to clean up nicely for the Chieftains. And don't get it wrong, he had that one mistake that led to the goal for Basehor-Linwood as this one goes out of play for the Chieftains. But he's had a couple of these where they've been shots right on goal, and he's been able to take it in with both hands, not having his confidence rattled by any stretch. Keeping his team in this one, 1-1. Slowing down here in our overtime period tonight, presented by the Tonganoxie Public Library. Why pay for downloadable audiobooks when you can stream them for free with a Tonganoxie Library card? Download the Libby app or visit the library's website to learn more. Under 7 to go in our first overtime period. Both teams did swap ends of the goal once again, so this is exactly how it looked back in the first half, where we had both goals coming across for both teams. Sanchez back defending the goal near 24-40 and to the left of your screen, and Ivan Franco back defending the Fieldhouse goal down to the right of your screen. Dylan Funk here. So glad everyone's been able to join along with us here tonight. This little rendition of the 8-mile showdown on the soccer pitch here tonight. Bobcats looking to sweep the 8-mile showdowns here, played within the last few days of each other here at Beatty Field. Chieftain soccer team trying to split after the Bobcats took the football game this past Friday, 38-10. 6 minutes to go here, still on that far sideline. That really one good shot on the free kick from Baser right on goal to Ivan Franco, who was able to handle it. That's really been our only threatening chance of potentially having a walk-off winner in this one. Nice clear out by Manis. Sontag trying to clear it out. Another ricochet off the Bobcat man who winces in some slight pain. Can't imagine that feels good for Jackson Vaughn, having that soccer ball ricochet off of him. That much velo with him being that close. Chieftains trying to get it out of the zone here. They work it over to the far side near the 40. Chieftains have won 4 of their last 6 matches on the 2-match win streak. Coming into tonight, wins against Lewisburg and this past Saturday here at home against Augusta. Bobcats winners of 2 of their last 4. Last win off of Leavenworth as this shot is going to go a little bit high and in between the uprights for Jamison Brightsman as he puts his jersey over his face and was so close to having something special there for the Chieftains. Had the space, nice little move that crossed to the left and just a little bit high there. It was there. Don't see Jamison Brightsman miss on those very all too often. It's worth noting again, the Chieftains did have 1 goal taken off the board on an offsides call and a little bit of a scramble drill in the first about 10-15 minutes of this match. They were able to strike 10 minutes, 15-second mark, and then Bobcats able to answer. Been scoreless ever since. Now this one gets away. Cody Lobb trying to run it down, and he's not able to get to it in time, and a breath going to be taken here as they catch a break. Kyler Jordan. So he will throw it in here again. 2-on-2 match there between Bobcat and Chieftains. Ball will be played here just in front of the goal as Tonganoxie will look to boot it. Sent into the air off the chest. Working around Connor Watson. Up ahead trying to feed it to Cody Lobb, but he's not going to be able to run it down. Outman 3-1. Chieftains still in control here. Coming towards the middle, looking for Lobb, and another one cleared away past the 30 to the 35. Now Don has it taken away from him. Leva on the defense that time for Tonganoxie. McRae finds here Quentin Barnes, ricocheted around. Lobb trying to thread it up and away. Sanchez will charge out, slides down to his knees, and takes that one in before booting it away back to midfield. No team willing to give in this match. Towards the middle, headed up by Brightsman. Third out for the time being. Lobb will charge on here. On the near side, now crossing it over, trying to split defenders. Oh, what a beautiful pass from Cody Lobb. And now this one back towards the middle is going to be off wide. So another beautiful pass from Cody Lobb, though, feeding up to his man over there on the far side. Now about 90 seconds here in this first overtime period. Wright's trying to poke it away, keep it control. Working through that was Allen. Leva trying to direct traffic, finds Lobb. Defenders, gets tripped up. Whistles come in here. You can tell exhaustion really starting to set in on all the players out here on the pitch. It's been a long evening. Wrightsman will kick it in here. Now under a minute in the first overtime period. Wrightsman trying to direct traffic. He'll just put it on the ground, charge it in. Watson on the goal. Sanchez knocked loose, and it's in the back of the net. Chieftains walk it off on the soccer pitch. It's a scrum trying to chase him down. Chieftains win it in overtime, 2-1. Holy cow! The shot from Watson, the ricochet, taking it in. Nicely done there. One more look at it.
Thank you all for coming out this evening. We appreciate your patronage. The boys will be on the road to Paola on
My
Tuesday.
goodness.
We'd like you to come back on Tuesday.
So Tonganoxie takes it 2-1. The goal comes at 47 seconds in the overtime period. Heartbreak for Basehor-Linwood, jubilation for Tonganoxie. As they take it, Thaddeus Howman, the one that knocked it in for the Chieftains. So we take one more look at our instant replay. Brightsman fed it to Watson off the ricochet of the goalkeeper, and Hellman is there to clean it up. And that was all she wrote in this one. Thrilling match here tonight. As the Chieftains come over, thanking the home crowd here. .47 seconds to go in overtime. Thaddeus Howman, the man that puts it in, gives the Chieftains the victory. 2-1 as we come into the Brothers Market post-game show here. You can check out the weekly Athens specials in-store or online at shopbrothersmarket.com, where they treat you like family. We take just a moment here. We'll announce our County Road Brewing Player of the Game. You folks will not have to think too hard about who this one's going to go to. Well, what a match it was here tonight for the Chieftains. We always talk about whenever it's Tonganoxie, it's Basehor-Linwood, the extra motivations and everything that go into those matchups. That it doesn't take a whole lot to get riled up and ready to play in a match like that, and that was evident here tonight. Both teams were locked in from the start. Chieftains started out with the first goal. Not even 5 minutes later, Basehor-Linwood answered. We went scoreless the entire second half and nearly the entire first overtime period. But Thaddeus Hellman able to put it in to the back of the goal. The game-winning shot in overtime. That is why he is our County Road Brewing Player of the Game tonight. County Road Brewing congratulates Thaddeus on being named the Player of the Game. Rooted in the community, brewed for the journey. See what's brewing today at County Road Brewing in Tonganoxie. What a moment it is for that young man. What a moment it is for this program and this team. They now move to 6-5-2 overall on the 2025 season, and they hand 5A Basehor-Linwood the loss, their 9th of the season. So they now move to 3-9-1. And the Chieftains continue to keep pace. They're right there in the middle of the mix in 4A East. And I know for playoffs for soccer, they combine 4, 3, 2, and 1A together. But I mean, man, they are right there in the mix. They are a team that is playing their best ball right now. And it doesn't matter what sport it is. When you're playing your best ball towards the end of a season, and going into the playoffs, that usually bodes very well for you because you're the hottest team and you're the team that nobody wants to play. And right now, that is this Tonganoxie Chieftains squad, if I do say so myself. You heard it there towards the end. They are on the road next at Paola to take on the Panthers. You can watch all the Tonganoxie Chieftains soccer games home and away on YouTube on the Tonganoxie Soccer YouTube channel. It's run by the managers and Coach Orndorff himself. They do a great job of airing all the games no matter where the Chieftain soccer team is at. And we were making the schedules, and we were handed this game, and we saw Tonganoxie Basehor-Linwood coming off the Tongi Basehor football game the previous Friday, and we're like, this could be a very special game, and it ended up being just that, an overtime winner. Thaddeus Howman putting it in for the Chieftains at 47 seconds to go as we take another look at the instant replay before we show you what's coming up next and we sign off here. It was the shot on goal from Watson. It got away from Trey Sanchez, the goalkeeper, and Howman was there, and he takes care of the rest. Let's take a quick look, real quick, coming up here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. We are back this Friday right here at Beatty Field for senior night as the Chieftains take on the Eudora Cardinals. Senior night festivities will be aired here. We will start a little bit earlier. It will be at 6:15 right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Our coverage in the SS Body pregame show air the senior night recognitions, and then we'll have kickoff at 7 o'clock. And then football the rest of the way out. I do, want to tell everybody that for playoff soccer, playoff volleyball, we just have to wait and see where teams are seated, where they're playing at, and all those different things. So I'm not saying that we're not going to have another Chieftain soccer or Chieftain volleyball match this year. I just don't know yet. These are what I know is guaranteed. And after that Week 9 playoff game, really nothing's guaranteed. We could be done all the way for November and come back at the beginning of December with winter sports season. But Eudora this Friday, next Friday at Ottawa, and then on Halloween, the Week 9 playoff game. Chieftains right now positioned to have a home game, but we'll wait and see if they drop against Eudora, and then going into that Ottawa game, if they lose that one, they could drop below the 8 seed and have to go on the road. But we'll just have to wait and see how all that shapes up here. But that's going to do it for us here tonight. Again, thank you all for tuning along with us here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. One final look as we sign off. The game winner in overtime, Thaddeus Hillman, sends the Chieftain fans home happy. Tonganoxie takes this 8-mile showdown 2-1 in overtime. I'm Dylan Funk saying so long. We'll see you next time here on your home for Chieftain Athletics, Tonganoxie Sports Live.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.